Hey.
What? Facebook has lost. I should. Okay. Hi, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you guys doing today? Hi, Adam. Hi, Naveen.
Are we
Hello.
live?
Yeah, we are like suddenly
Oh,
suddenly
so there wasn't
StreamYard.
any intro, all, huh?
No. Today, no intro, and it's made for a purpose that way, lah.
Yeah, I wasn't ready. I hadn't combed my hair yet, no. So
I'm only been able to grow my beard, lah. That's just about it.
same here.
Anyways, a very good evening once again to all our friends and families and followers on Facebook and all other social media platform. Uh, we are at the 7th episode today for Sembang with 10x. If you guys would have noticed a few days ago, or rather on Monday, we would have posted up about call center. So we decided not to go with it. And there's a reason why we wanted to do that. Because yesterday we came across a very disturbing video, something that is close to our hearts. The cases are on the rise. You guys know it. We are doing at 11,000 odd yesterday and today. So we decided, last minute we said, let's talk about it. I think we need to address what's exactly happening, and at least spread the message across to the people around. So, Adam, what's your take on yesterday's 11,000 case number?
Yeah, so like you mentioned, I think we wanted to do something fun about contact centers and customer service, and just put out our experience there. But after watching the video, and also after seeing the graphic numbers that a number of COVID cases in Malaysia yesterday, 11,000, and today also 11,000, I believe. I think we kind of lost our possess on wanting to do that conversation about customer service, and thought that we just want to maybe create some understanding, and maybe create some. I'm a loss for words, actually. It's scary. It's scary. I may be smiling, but it is very, very scary. What's going on out there is just crazy. I cannot imagine. I cannot even begin to imagine how difficult it is for all the frontliners. We are all cooped up in our houses. We have also there are some repercussions, psychological repercussions to ourselves, obviously. But I am just at a loss for words. Country in a total lockdown has 11,000, and today 20 altogether 2 days is 22,000 cases. That's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense. Lockdown, half the economy is shuttered. Apparently that I came across an article that stated that by October, close to about 7 million plus people will be left unemployed. Economy is going to take a hit. That's just one part of the story.
Are we really shut down? Because I'm looking out. I live on a hill which overlooks the highway, Sungai Buloh Highway, the Sungai Buloh KL highway, and I see a lot of cars. It's not a Monday traffic, but it would be like a Wednesday at about 4 o'clock traffic, which is there are a lot of cars. There are a lot of lorries, and I'm sure lorries and all they're getting goods over, they're supplying stuff. But private vehicles.
Excuse internet connection.
Sorry, Adam. I guess
Adam's
connection went off.
Connection is okay. We'll just wait for about a minute till he comes back. But like Adam was saying, because he lives near Sungai Buloh, and he always sends us this photos of the jam of the traffic flowing at
Yeah.
a non-peak hour. So, yeah,
but
I really don't know.
weird.
Are they working? Is one, but if you claim that close about 70% of the sector is already closed, and
So I'm not
where
sure.
this will
So
be heading.
Nisha, another question I want to ask both you guys. So essential services or essential business, right? So you know my definition towards binoculars. I have a pair of binoculars, and I like to look not at people's houses, but you know, far into the horizon. But yeah, so I was looking out of my house the other day, and there are some factories quite a distance away, maybe about 2 kilometers away, and I believe it's a wood factory and also a sand factory. I'm not sure if it's a legal factory because they are almost somewhat in the jungle, but it looks like they're fully functional and they're working till pretty late. I can see lights on until about 8 or 9 p.m. They start pretty early, so I wake up pretty early in the morning and I see them already working. So much so nowadays it's a habit for me. Every morning I wake up and just to scolding them and see what they're doing, whether they're working or not. You know, every morning I do that because for me, if it's a lockdown, everything should be shut, which is not essential. You know, like okay, maybe sand for building, but do we need to build something right now? Do we need a high-rise building to come up right now? I'm not sure. You know, is that if that's essential?
It's
think
not
we need to
essential
ask.
on that point, but I believe that some companies would have invested a lot of money before the COVID happened. So if you leave buildings unattended for quite a long period of time, then eventually it deteriorates, right? So maybe I don't know.
I guess you could be
What's
using it for repair work or so. I guess.
Maybe
what's essential service, Adam or Naveen? Like, what do y'all right
I
now at this
feel
present moment? What do y'all think
no for
essential
essential
service is?
service near my house. The clinics are not open; they are shut. I don't know for what. That's an essential service. But then the beside market, 7-Eleven, durian shops. Now, since durian now started, everywhere there's durian stalls around. And yesterday, because I went to pay the bill, and there were so many of them just outside, just chilling. They think they wear the mask, it's fine.
So why
You
did you
know,
pay your bill at the over the counter when you can do it online?
oh no, I had to withdraw money.
Um, trying to
Of
catch you
course,
there.
yeah. Trying to withdraw money now. So I went out, I was like, wow, there's so many people, and there's just so many durian stalls. I know people are trying to survive, and it's important that they do it. But the person who's selling durian, it's not that I'm going to go just look at the durian from far. Okay, okay, tune, select. You have to smell, touch. Unfortunately, the person has COVID means just imagine that. And you open and he doesn't take the durian. I go and buy the durian. So it's just so bad. Like,
Unless of course durian is the vaccine for everything lah.
I don't know, lah, but
I
there are a
don't.
lot of
I mean,
cars out there.
but on the contrary side, the guys who are selling this durian, right? They probably own a farm, and probably they are small time, planters from the durian plantation. And I came across another article where close to about 20,000 kilos of tomato in some northern region of Malaysia is just gone because they can't sell, they can't transport because they cannot afford a transportation company because they're small time guys. So we are in a dilemma. Maybe this guy's selling the durian. That's how they make their living because they wait for a season, and then that's a season where they can make their money. But the season's unfortunately COVID. So I don't know what exactly essential services are already.
No, you see,
Everything
Nishan,
is
what's happening right now in Malaysia? This is based on my observation, the readings I've done, and just watching Bulletin Tamil lah. Okay, so I think the thing is with Malaysians right now, right? We are looking for the smallest gap of opportunity, the smallest glint of a site that I can do my business, and I'll do it. So whatever loopholes they can get, whatever they feel that will help them get through the meaty, oh, okay, I'm outside of this, so I can do my business. We're just looking for a reason, the public or the business owners are looking for a reason to open their businesses. But in reality, right, we should find a reason to just close down, close for a while. and just
Yeah.
just hold on to your horses and let the cases go down. Because as mentioned earlier, I can see there are thousands of cars every day passing by my house, and this is just one highway, right?
Or the
So
best, you should come to my place.
Sorry.
Outside the side of the highway, there's a petrol station. Got few people park at night on the side, and they're sitting out and talking, having conversation. Gala time. Okay,
I mean, like what Nishan said yesterday, we are social beings, and I'm sure a lot of us have, become even more frustrated watching Euro 2020 on TV, where all these fans are like, yeah, all together, celebrating with each other, hugging, no mask, all that. That I'm sure we would have felt like some of us would have felt rage. You're watching these people enjoying themselves, and they were in a situation a few months or a year ago. Italy 2020 was so bad. And today they've lifted the Euro Cup and they're enjoying their beverages and their food and merrymaking and all that stuff. But here we are today. At one point last year, I remember there were some videos coming out saying that countries should emulate Malaysia on how we manage the whole COVID situation. And now here we are today. I don't
know where what went wrong lah.
Maybe you can play the video, Nishan, just to create some awareness.
Yep. Ken, so I'm going to share a video to you guys. It's 15 minutes long. And just a disclaimer, we are not politically inclined, nor we would like to bash up anybody online. It's just an awareness. We want to share the current pandemic situation and how it's impacting our frontliners especially. And watch the video and then we'll get back to you.
That we are facing now. Starting early this year, we've been seeing really, really sick people. And we are not talking about elderly people. We are talking about people who are young, people who don't have any medical illness, getting severe COVID Cat 4 and Cat 5.
We are losing lives, we are losing people's mothers, fathers, children. And to know that this has come, to our country.
I'm just thinking of when is this going to end?
So I had to come on behalf of my colleagues because it's just heartbreaking.
I've been fighting COVID since last year in the front lines. The numbers are not fake. The numbers are actually underreported. I can tell you that based on the positivity rates, 1 in 10 people that you know, among your family members, among your friends, are already having COVID.
Actually, even the death rate of COVID yang we announced in the mass media is not exactly reflective of death rate that we are seeing.
The deaths are much more higher. KKN doesn't report if the patient dies something else with COVID, or patient has already passed the 14 days and then they suffer from, let's say, blood clot in the lungs, blood clot in the legs, or heart attack or stroke.
Why we are getting more deaths? Because we have not enough resources to support all of the patients.
And you can see patients piling up outside EDs, patients holding out extension beds in wards, patients who are one towel away from each other. You think that we could hold the fort and keep going?
People kept saying that if the patient needs more ICU bed, why can't we create more ICU beds? Because ICU beds are not just buka satu katil and put the patient there. It's a team. And right now, we have people who are selalunya tak train untuk jaga patient ICU, kena jaga patient ICU. And we are creating ICU beds dekat tempat yang bukannya ICU. Macam operating theatre, oncology wards, kena kita ventilate patient dekat dalam ward. We're not supposed to do that actually. I'm aware of plans nak convert clinics Our clinics yang the one yang kita tengok outpatient review untuk letak patient yang need oxygen bed. So basically kita convert our consultation room untuk jadi bilik patient juga. Even the private sectors also are currently quite full to the brim. We are looking at the possibility that all of the hospitals in Klang Valley will be full capacity.
I can only say, if you think the ship is still sailing, I think it has sunk. If you think houses are not yet burning, it's already burning.
We need more equipments, we need more oxygen tanks. For the past few weeks, we are dealing with shortages of major medications that we use to treat COVID. We're not receiving help from the HQ and we are basically dying in this battle.
It's like a ship that's sinking, you know, like people are really trying to keep the ship afloat, but there's people putting holes right in the bottom of the ship.
You want to imagine what's happening in Malaysia? We are already in Italy 2020. We are already in India 2021.
Since April, we've exceeded our 100% bed capacity multiple times.
Doctors have been forced since 3-4 months ago to choose.
We have to choose those who are elderly, as they are more high risk to deteriorate further. We prioritize them for beds, and the others unfortunately have to settle for plastic chairs.
The wards are all full and clogged. Sampai ventilator pun tak cukup.
Every day when you come to work, we have a great number of people who desaturate, meaning suddenly unable to maintain normal oxygen levels.
We are replacing oxygen canisters by the hour. Some patients might require to share oxygen with other 5 patients.
Pressure tu, bila you have a lot of patients using the oxygen, you cannot generate enough flow. There are some patients who may deserve to be intubated, but we cannot intubate because we have breached our capacity.
We have times where oxygens are not available. I have my nurses having to not only carry out nursing job, but they have to liaise with the members of transports, go and get the oxygen replaced every 2 hours because there's only so much one canister of oxygen can do.
We cannot wait untuk kita orang submit proposal untuk present dekat meeting budget untuk get more oxygen tanks. We need it now. When we end up fundraising on our own, we get told off. It's really, demotivating to us.
It's a bit overwhelming to say all this. I'm working in a center of quarantine with a limited number of staff. It gets to the point where everyone is demotivated, everyone is burned out.
Currently at my place, 9 MOs have active COVID-19 infection. There's also, I think, about 20 plus nurses and medical assistants who also have COVID-19 infection.
Every other week, you get house officers, medical officers being quarantined, and when one person becomes positive, suddenly the whole group becomes positive.
When they are unable to attend work, the rest are forced to cover their job scope because there's nobody to replace them.
Everyone would be overworked. Then we face a severe shortage of staff.
We don't have enough specialists, consultant, MO, HO, you name it. When are we getting enough manpower to support us? When is the new people coming? This year alone, my hospital has not taken enough housemen to cover the situation. It is really stressful.
Orang-orang lain pun nak tolong sana sini, kena tarik sana, kena tarik sini.
I'm a houseman, but they just put me to cover like 4 to 5 wards in the night call. It is in different levels, and I just have to juggle here and there, and I just hope that I don't kill anyone. I didn't kill anyone that night. My staff nurse keep calling me. I just cannot attend the patient.
As much as we want to keep going, it's just it's so tiring.
Kita tengok ICU dah overwhelmed,
and a lot of these patients don't respond very well to the current treatment, which is our steroids, our tocilizumab, and they deteriorate with multi-organ failures from get-go. And on top of that, even if they responded, they stay very, very long in ICU. Let's face it, last time we have more elderlies, if they get very severe COVID, they have poor reserve, they won't make it after a few days. But right now in our ICUs are actually young, fit patients. Diorang kind of respond, but they really take a very, very long time to recover. So that's why our ICU is clogged up. Kita orang tak boleh keluarkan these cases. Some of them dah berbulan dekat dalam hospital.
Well, if you think COVID just affect the COVID patients, I'm telling you it's not. I'm working in a pediatric department. I'm taking care of patients like needing liver transplant. They need ICU backup. But because of this situation, they might need to postpone their surgery. This 1-year-old or like 6 months old babies. I don't know how to answer the parents. When is their child getting all these necessary procedures for them to carry on with life? So yeah, we are telling them like we are really trying our best to get the ICU backup for you, but we have an outbreak in the PICU. We couldn't like proceed with all these high risk procedures and surgeries. Recently, we have an outbreak in the oncology ward. It's really sad that the whole ward have to close down, and then all the parents, all the patients are going for swab and tested positive and infected the staff as well. But can you imagine in one night time, maybe half of the department is quarantined because of this outbreak? How are you going to arrange the workforce for the next day?
Kita orang rasa a lot of policies are made without consulting us.
If you want to do a lockdown, you need to do a proper lockdown. And that everyone stays at home and there is proper financial aid, no cash in the accounts, food in their homes, with testing and vaccination. Because the promise of this lockdown is trying to make the healthcare system in Klang Valley have a little breather. Tak rasa pun rehat ni. I cannot see a light at the end of the tunnel because the lockdown is not a proper lockdown.
Whatever lockdown that we are doing now, right, is not addressing the main root of the problem, the main source of the infections. The lockdown is only involving those sectors that is not causing the rise of the cases. The rise of the cases lies on the industries that is not being locked down.
It's like firefighters trying to put out a fire, and yet there are people just adding on to the flames who really don't care that the house is burning down.
Kita masih ingat lah, kerana semua orang ingat PRN Sabah tu balik tak kena kuarantin. Lepas tu PKP yang separuh masa longgar sana, longgar sini. Ahli-ahli parlimen yang langgar SOP macam-macam lagi. Semua tu kita ingat. So sampai bila?
I know my colleagues are still fighting hard, and I think what was frustrating even more is like they can't say anything, you know.
Right now, every time we want to try to expose it, they will tell everyone in mass media that situation is under control, when we are like, hello, we are drowning here. Instead of recruiting new doctors, we are recruiting new teachers. The schools are closed and we are recruiting new teachers.
If the government has no idea, then please look at New Zealand, Singapore, Taiwan. Try to get their strategy and try to implement it in Malaysia. If you know certain strategy works and you don't do it, memang kerajaan pembunuh.
Really, just something drastic needs to be done, or else we'll all just think this is not the time for politics. Just save the people, save the health system, save the country.
To be really frank, sometimes I just hope the policymakers, alright, just come down, right? Come down to the field, reduce the window dressing, be more transparent regarding the data they give to the people, reduce the red tapes that is required for us to get the necessary equipments. Nothing much I can say anyway, because I'm just a contract medical officer.
The fact that we are still on contract, that we could just be without a job once this pandemic is over, it's not very positive thing to have on your mind when you go step into work and see this horrific scene before you every day.
We are really at war now. The foot soldiers in this war is mainly our contract medical officers. Diorang ni, because of that status, they are easily mobilized. But this is not fair to them. One of my MOs was given like almost 24-hour notice untuk actually transfer to another hospital to help with COVID work. Because their contracts, they cannot apply untuk specialty training. They are facing the possibility that his contract not renewed despite this past 5 years working so hard and working very well in our KKM facility, which is not right. What I'm asking from rakyat to just be the kindest as you are already are, and being kind means that you all will continue to help each other and make sure that no one is left out. What is not useful to us is another mural or another blue lights, but the things that would really help us right now, right? Everybody keep themselves safe, keep each other safe.
If you can avoid injury, you can avoid certain accidents. So make sure that you don't hurt yourself, because likelihood of you coming to get proper treatment will be low.
If you get your vaccination turn, please get vaccinated. Encourage other people to get vaccinated.
Wow.
That's a very deep video. Brutal truth.
Yeah, it's again and again I watch it, I just get so disturbed about it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a real fact. Some strong words used, and I honestly feel that they are rightfully used in the audio visual. Kudos to Project Bangsa Rakyat Malaysia to get this out. I think it's an eye opener. We're all sitting at home and just chilling, not even worried about what's happening outside. But we are literally in war.
Yes,
I don't know what to address, whether the contract doctors, the medical officers, the industries that are not bothered, the people that are losing. I mean, it's even scary. Like, even if you want to go in for a normal checkup, you don't know whether you're coming back with the COVID or not. It's unsure of.
Absolutely. I feel the message was really strong. I mean, put aside the political quotes,
yeah,
the Kerajaan Pembunuh and all that stuff. I think we should not even look at that, not pay attention to that. I think we should pay attention to the struggles that all the medical officers are going through, and what kind of sacrifices they are making. And also look at how we can, like I think the last few quotes was, be kind to each other and keep helping one another. I think that really resonated with me. I'm sure with you guys also, and everybody out there. I think it's really important for us to really do as much as we can. And right now, the first thing is, you don't do as much as you can. But you do as much as you can by staying at home. Stay home, to stay safe. I think that really is what the best step that any one of us can take. After watching the video yesterday, I felt that I want to go out and try to help people. I felt that I want to go to the hospital and do whatever it takes, try to help. I might not be a medically trained person, but I just had that feeling that I want to do something, but there's nothing really nothing we can do. What we can do is, what we can control is to just stay safe at home. You know,
Absolutely
I think
correct.
the
And
government yesterday, Tan Sri Muhyiddin actually also announced that the government will be dispersing some extra aid for the medical frontliners and for oxygen tanks. I believe that those initiatives are being taken, and a lot of people are like making this a political thing. Like saying that our government is not doing anything and blah 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 and all that stuff. But it's really the right. Yeah, if you look at a leader's perspective, you can come up with SOPs, you can come up with rules and regulations. But at the end of the day, it's really our prerogative, and it's our what's in us. The 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 feeling that we have, the attitude that we have, our thought process. That's really important. And
yeah,
I understand that a lot of us are doing this and working and still, even through SOP, trying to get out and do some sales. It's because we need to feed our families. Obviously, that's true. But as you do that, I ask you all to also, think about the other people. Like what one of the doctors mentioned, the pediatric ward doctor. She has the difficult task of explaining to parents of a 6-month-old baby that their baby cannot go for a liver transplant because the entire department is closed or shut down. So that's a baby, you know. Here I am thinking to myself that before watching the video yesterday, oh, this will be the second birthday that my daughter can't celebrate because of COVID. I feel so selfish for thinking of that. I don't even need to think about that. The reality is the people out there are suffering. People, babies, children, they're growing up in this environment, and man, it's just heartbreaking. And I really don't
yeah,
know, how what we can do. I don't know. I am at a loss. So if any of you out there know what we can do, or want to make a suggestion on what we can do, please put it on the comments, and maybe we can all learn from each other.
yeah, yeah. And I think apart from all of that, I think we need to do our part to get vaccinated. There are still some, naysayers going about the whole vaccine. Another conspiracy theory behind the whole vaccine. It's it's the way out. We need to get vaccinated. 80% of the population needs to, and we need to play that part. And I was so happy yesterday that I got my first vaccine appointment. But
I
I'm
haven't
also
got it
scared
yet.
because now what happened in Chalam, the vaccine center got infected. Now, are the vaccine centers safe? So, but I still have to take my precautions and do what's necessary and go and get vaccinated. The risk.
That's where you become a soldier, Nishan. A soldier, army man, they go to the battlefield not knowing what the enemy has, not knowing at
Yeah,
all. Yet they jump from helicopters, they jump from from the ships or whatever not, and they run right into the fire and run right into the battlefield.
True.
So
but
I
I'm
think this
hardly.
is
I'm,
baptism
I'm
of fire for all Malaysians. We need to fight this war and grab this bull by its horns and tame it
yeah,
Yeah,
together.
and I
I think
think
one of the very few things we should do first is to wear the correct mask. Most of us just buy the DIY, though the DIY is selling for cheaper, but we still buy it because it's cheaper, right? And it's not safe. The actually correct mask we should wear, I'm trying to find it. It's actually the N95 mask. It's a bit more thicker, and which is actually covers the whole thing here. Some of us just wear mask. I've seen some people wear mask under the chin, some longe here, some put on the hand and tie it as some fashion. So I think that's a few things we should do. Or when we go out, come back home, straight away shower, put the clothes off or wash. Those are one few steps we could take, rather than just saying that, oh, I wore a mask, I'm fine. And buy things. Try to go out. Try to reduce the frequency of you going out. If you're going to buy things, buy it once a week or once in 2 weeks. Store them up. rather than going almost every 2-3 days to the market to get things. So because it's you never know who is mixing around the town. So all we could do is try to reduce the spread of infection. And I believe we could Malaysia boleh lah Malaysia.
I mean, you're right, Naveen, because one of the points there, one of the facts that they pointed out, I'm not sure if it's a verified point, but 1 out of 10 people have COVID. So when you go out to a supermarket, you see more than 10 people. You see at least 20 or 30 people, you know? So
no, we just don't follow rules. Like in a certain place, like only this number of people are allowed. Follow that lah. Some people are getting angry. They're getting like, why should I wait? Ada lama tunggu kat luar, blah 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 blah, and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't make sense. Like
everybody wants freedom, but freedom comes with a price, and just ensure that price is not paid by somebody else's life. That's what I got from the message yesterday, because we know people, our partners and close friends who are literally in the battlefield. They are the frontliners. Every day they work in a hospital environment, and then you get one day, hey, today suspect COVID, and they have parents who are on the higher risk. You don't know what's going to happen, and all of this, you can't do anything. You're just sitting at home and trying to see what can you do. You can't just take a car, drive down, and then say, okay, everything's going to be all right. We live in a age and stage where it's uncertain, and people out there who are flaunting. There's a little bit of rage in me, but who are flaunting. I think please reconsider. Stop your freedom of mon lepak, minum, all of those can wait. Even doctors, I heard, like, they sort of literally decide who dies. I mean, they are the people who save life, and they are given the decision because they're put in that kind of situation. I don't know what I will do if I put in that kind of situation. Like, man, it's crazy.
Like today, I got a forwarded message, a video of a guy who actually simulated how would it be like for him to commit suicide with his wife and his child, a 6-month-old baby. So the video was a bit dramatized. I feel like he didn't mention that it was a reenactment or it's a role play at the start of the video. So we Malaysians, being Malaysians, we just watched the first 30 seconds and thought that he's going to commit suicide and with his family, and they died because he actually reenacted. He showed himself and drinking the poison, and his wife drinking poison, and his kid also consuming the poison. But in actual fact, it was nothing. It was just a role play. But it's come to that where people really want to the government and the people around them to understand what is depression. I don't totally agree with the guy and how he did it, because I felt that there were no proper disclaimers or whatever not. But I guess it was to sensationalize the whole video. But depression is real. A lot of people are feeling really, really depressed. I mean, I'm sure even among the three of us, we have felt some level of depression, stress.
Yeah.
With this whole issue, having to manage our finances, having to look for business, because we are entrepreneurs, right? So we have to find our income. It's not we do a job and then we get paid every month. It's not like that. It's been really difficult, and managing the family and all that stuff. So it's been a real challenge. But I think we gotta unite in this, and probably the best thing that we can do, if I can just list down a few things that we can do. Number one is stay home and stay safe. Stick to your SOPs. If you need to go out, like what Naveen said, put a proper mask on. If you can't afford an N95, it's okay. Just wear the best mask that you can get, the one that you can afford. Have some sanitizers with you. And then like what I think Casey commented, when you come back home, sanitize the food, not sanitize the food, but disinfect the packaging and all that stuff, wash it. And then what Naveen said again, straight away take a shower, that's the first thing we can do. Second thing we can do is care about each other or care for each other. You know, if you know a friend who in the past has have had depressive symptoms, or you know, has showed some you know, vulnerability in that area, or if you know some of your friends who are jobless for a while now, reach out to them. You know, just ask them if they need anything. You know, even a packet of rice, you can send them a packet of rice. That would be great. It's helpful. You know, sometimes people are very shy to ask for these things. They don't want to ask. They don't want to put the bandera putih outside their house, because all their life they may probably have been you know, in a good position. They have been financially sound, but this is hit everybody hard. So I think these are the few things, two or three things that we can do from the comfort of our own homes, from the comfort of from being in front of our computers, having the internet, and having all these payment gateways and online shopping and all that stuff. We can do our part. You know, maybe you can't donate to some organization who is trying to help out the frontliners. Maybe you don't have that much money, but you have time, you have the effort, and you have the ability to listen to someone. So, you know, listen to these people, and you know, if you don't know how else to funnel their problems, or if you yourself don't know how to funnel your problems, you can reach out to us. We have quite a bit of friends and family and business partners who know some people. Probably some of them are in important places. So probably we can try to connect them with you and try to find some help that's available out there. That's what I want to put out there.
Yeah, I just wanted to highlight Odom Pillai. Thank you for highlighting that. We did mention in the earlier part of the video that today's title was scheduled differently, and then we sort of wanted to share this awareness about the actual situation, the reality of COVID. Thanks for sharing that, Adam. I think today we don't have much words to really talk about like the previous episodes. Stay safe, people. Stay at home. Take care of your well-being, people around, and like what Adam said, if you need to talk, if you need some help, don't hesitate to ask for help. There are a lot of other posts going up with the whole bandera putih. I think it's brilliant. Do not feel shy. If we need to raise it up, let's raise it up. And I think our voice needs to be heard. And I hope the contract doctors, there will be a situation that will counter that, because they are needed. They are literally the beating heart of this entire system right now. And if they are shattered, they are broken, that's it. We have no hopes after that. You can't go all of a sudden and take out a MBBS student from a third year and then put him into the system and say, okay, now you're going to take care. That's not going to happen, right? So we need to be more considerate, and I've seen at times when we go to the clinics or to KKM or wherever, we tend to get irritated. Think from their end as well. They are handling thousands, and they are the highest risk. Whatever PPE they're wearing or mask they're wearing, that doesn't mean that the unlikelihood of them getting infected is low. They are the highest. So treat them with respect. They have not seen their families, especially from the government hospitals. I don't know how many months they have not seen their family, or at least spent some time with them. It's all important. And just be more considerate. I think Malaysians, we can rise up and be united together. And kita jaga kita lah. Who else we have, right? We can't go out and say, hey, give me some help. It's us. Forget about the racial differences, religious differences. We are one rakyat. Keep that in mind first. Malaysian first, and the rest follows. So let's hold our hands together, and hopefully we can bring a bit of changes to the system that's happening right now. That's all from my end. Naveen, you want to share something?
No, I believe you both already covered whatever you wanted to say. But
What do you
I just gotta
always
say, what is that?
Ooh, Adam got stuck in the wrong position.
Yeah.
Wrong position.
Yeah,
No,
face was that. No, I just want to tell everyone, just like let's just treat everyone with respect. You don't have to go far and ask, or you want somebody needs help, they're not willing to ask you. You can actually ask your neighbors first. Start with your neighbors. Ask them, is everything fine with them? How are they doing? Just check with your neighbors by the side of your house rather than reaching out to someone far away. This is the most smallest help you can start off with is your neighbors. Start off with them, and eventually your neighbor is going to ask the next neighbor, and it keeps on going on that way. And you can just cover one whole taman. Imagine one whole taman gets covered, the whole wilaya, and eventually goes on to a whole state and whole country. So just start with a small step. Just check on your neighbors and your family members every day when they're going out. Just take care of that, and just treat everyone with respect and with compassion at least. So let's hope that all of us can get together, fight this COVID situation. I know all of us are waiting when they're going to open. You want to go holidays? Yes. But first, let's tackle the issue first. Let's get the cases all down. Let's go get vaccinated. If you have not registered on MySejahtera, please go on MySejahtera and register for your vaccine, because at times when you have not registered, they will not just randomly call you or send you an SMS. Okay, so and for those who have already registered, keep checking your MySejahtera every day, because they update that on every day. Okay, some of them who I've known, my family members actually registered a few days ago, and they didn't check for like a week, and they actually missed their appointment. So it's important that you guys keep checking on that. At least when you wake up and then before going to sleep, check when is your vaccination day. Go for it. Don't miss out. And yeah, I also haven't got it. And
No,
for those,
I haven't got it yet.
yeah, same lah. And yeah, so any of y'all need help, please reach out to any of us emotionally, or need someone to talk, or need us to help you with to help you. We can help you with that. So that's it. Let's take care of each other and get back to normal. Hopefully soon, by end of the year at least.
Can I just add one thing? So
Yeah.
I like what Naveen said about reaching out to your neighbors, checking on your neighbors. So that our community, right? There's a lot of old people out there, really old people who live alone, and I think it's important if you know your neighbor is an old individual, even a couple or even a single person who is of old age, warga emas lah. Reach out to them and ask them if they need any help, because they are alone, and it's not always that they get to speak to their children, or because they're not in contact with their children. Their children may be far away or whatever not. I think it's important for us to just check and see, hey uncle, everything okay? Hey auntie, is everything okay? If you need anything, let me know. You got to do it a few times, 4, 5, 6 times, and then it becomes a habit. Or they will think of you if they do have an issue. They will ask you, because you're the closest person to them. So let's think about the old people, the older generation out there. They need our help. As long as we can help, let's help.
Yep. Let's not feel shy about it, lah.
Yeah.
Don't feel shy to ask help and ask for help. Right.
Definitely.
So, having said that, I think we are at the end of our show today. It's something that it'll be close to our hearts, something that we have not prepared for, and we are not our actual selves today. I would put it that way. And thanks for tuning in, guys. Please do share this video or this live to your friends and family. And just before we leave, I've also given the link to the actual or the original video of the audio visual. At the end of the audio visual, you will actually see a bank account number to a particular NGO, because they are raising funds for the hospitals that needs emergency oxygen tanks, ICU beds, and all of those other medical equipments. If you feel that you can contribute to them, we have verified the sources as well. Just go ahead and do your contributions. If you can't share the message, get the awareness out. I think that's the most important part. And thank you so much, guys. Love you all. We are Satu Malaysia, and let's battle COVID together. Thank you. Good night. Stay safe and get vaccinated.
Thanks for live.